This is Brad A. Milford with the Unlimited Business Wisdom Podcast, where business owners share their wisdom. It's short, to the point, to respect people's time. And also because we know transforming possibility happens super fast and it leads to lasting results. So let's get to it, right? Question number one. In a few sentences, Princeton Clark, tell me who you are and what you do.
Man, I'm a self-mastery coach. Been doing it for about 17 and a half years now, and I'm also a published author. My book, Awakening Your Inner Master, The Journey of Self-Mastery. And I'm a contracted mastery coach for Tony Robbins, an accomplished speaker. But more than that, man, I'm just a servant on this journey, here to ignite fire in every person that crosses my path and to create change in the world.
Love it. And I can personally attest to that. I have seen it in action, the speaking, the serving. Love you, brother. Seriously and sincerely.
Love you too, brother.
Question number two. What's the best thing, Princeton, about being in business?
Man, the best thing about being in business, I always say, my business is rooted in purpose, and purpose is rooted in service. So for me, the best thing about being in business is being able to serve so many different people with my skills, my talents, my abilities, but not just that, but to teach them how to elevate themselves, how to build something for themselves, how to see that vision for their life, and to watch legacies literally be birthed through what I do. That's what I love about being in business. For me, it's not so much about the money. The money is an amazing byproduct, but at the end of the day, when you truly get to impact people's lives, when you truly love and you truly are passionate about serving, every door just seems to open, not just for you, but for other people. It's like, Zig Ziglar says, you help enough people get what they want, you'll always have what you want, you'll always have what you need, and so that's what business is to me. It's solving a problem for people and serving people in a way that maximizes not only how you show up in the world, but it maximizes how they show up in the world.
Oh, so much all rolled up. He's already dropping fire.
Only way I know how to do it, brother.
Again, I can attest to that. I love it. I love it. Already dropping it down. Question number three, Princeton. We hear from other business owners. Seriously. And you already kind of just led us right into this, right? We hear from other business owners are getting so much business that sometimes the chaos causes overwhelm. Tell me your thoughts on that, Princeton.
Definitely, man. Like I said, I've been in this business for going on 17 and a half years now. And in the beginning, as a young entrepreneur, business owner, I had my hand in a lot of pots because I really wanted to build this vision. And it was hard for me to delegate and release certain things. And over time, I've had to evolve several times on this journey, as I'm sure you can relate and many other business owners can relate, but it definitely creates this sense of overwhelm. Even if you're completely passionate about what you do, you feel the purpose behind it, you have your idea for where you're going to go, the steps that you're going to take, when you don't understand in the beginning the importance of realizing that you weren't given this huge vision to do it alone, but you were given it to open doors, not just for yourself, but for other people that are also waiting for you to evolve and step into business, it really takes you to this place of, really acknowledging you got to release some things. You can't build a big vision by yourself. And I've been overwhelmed so many times on my journey. And as a self-mastery coach and guide and speaker, I had to practice what I preached, in mastering my life. I always say mastery is about surrender. Mastery is about surrendering to possibilities, surrendering to opportunity, surrendering to love, surrendering to assisting other people and opening doors for other people. And sometimes we try to hold our vision so close to the chest that we wonder why it's so hard, and we wonder why we're overwhelmed. And it's because you're trying to carry this seeded vision that was never meant for you to carry by yourself, and so I've definitely experienced the overwhelm, but the more I learn to love myself and surrender to what's been given to me, the more I awakened and realized that it wasn't for me, it was for the world. And it helped me to dissipate that feeling of overwhelm. Because now I'm opening the doors not only to be loved and to be served while I serve, I'm opening the door to be loved. I'm opening the door to share love, and that's what our visions ultimately are for, is to bring some sort of light to the world in some way or another.
Love it. Princeton Clark dropping it down, just literally dropping it down. For anybody listening, I honestly want you to just scroll back a little bit and just re-listen to what he just said. He dropped so much. I mean, we talk about nuggets and value and all that stuff, but that was really deep insight. and it was really deep impact. So Princeton, thank you very much. I appreciate you.
for the
You just drop it down, man. Seriously, you drop it like it's hot.
That's good, man.
Question number 4. What other successful business owners like yourself, of course, Princeton, should be on the Unlimited Wisdom podcast?
Oh man, my close friend Dom Fawcett. He's an amazing speaker coach. Just an amazing individual all the way around. And I love him because how he shows up in business, is also how he shows up at home. And if I say, I understand you're a servant leader. Every business you build, we were talking about it prior to coming into the podcast. It's the upside down pyramid, serving from the bottom to create and expand a base so that other people can stand and continue to expand in the world. And he's one of those people. And he always says, if you can't lead from behind the doorknob of your home, then you shouldn't be leading out in the world. And so he's just an amazing individual. He has a lot of value that he brings. So definitely and he's a good friend of mine. So I definitely got to throw him out there. And also my friend Regina Lawrence, she used to be a lawyer, but she moved out of that space because she realized that her life was it wasn't what she wanted it to be. And she took a huge step into entrepreneurship, and she's a strong advocate for conscious leadership development for women and men. And she brings a very strong presence to the world, and she's doing some amazing things right now. So those are 2 people off top of my head. I have a list of people that I could go down, but those are 2 people. I'll definitely get them in connection with you, brother.
Love it. I look forward to meeting Regina. I know Dom. I've known Dom for years, and it's been a while since I connected with him. So this is beautiful. I had no idea that you knew Dom. It's a small world. It really is. So I love that. And I haven't had him on, so it'd be amazing. So excellent. Question number 5. Here we go. Are you ready? This is where you really drop it down. What piece of wisdom would you share with other business owners, Princeton?
First off, understanding, as I always say, you are the root to the tree of your life. And business is just one branch, but along with that branch, you have relationship, you have partnerships, you have, your mental health, your spiritual health, your emotional health, your physical health. As a business owner, you want to make sure that you are nurturing all of those branches in your life, because a lot of the times the stress that we experience, the frustration, the anger, the feelings of just taking on too much, it comes because we don't have balance in the tree of our life. We focus so much on business, 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 business. But I always say you can't even talk about business development or personal development until you first talk about spiritual development. And understanding that you are the root to the tree of your life. As a business owner or a business builder, you got to go back to the root. You got to get reconnected to your soul, reconnected to your spirit, and ask yourself, why do I want to birth forth this stuff in my life? And how can I create balance? Because so many times when our businesses start being affected, we focus so much on how we can fix the business, when sometimes it's not the business that's causing the problem. It's the fact that your relationships are off. It's the fact that emotionally, you're not giving yourself the space and grace to nurture yourself and nurture those around you. Physically, you're out of shape, you're stressed out, you're not exercising. All of these things start to impact that money branch. Because you're not showing up 100% in your business, because you're not showing up 100% for yourself in the other areas of your life. And so really pay attention to what you're feeding the root of this tree of your life. Really pay attention to the fact that this tree is only going to produce fruit based on what you give the root. And when we start giving the root all the wrong things, or we start only feeding one side of the tree, little by little, what's going to happen is you're going to start noticing those other branches die. And it's going to affect that one branch of business. And so that's the one piece of advice that I would give to business owners, entrepreneurs, or anyone who's seeking to get into that space. Really get balanced, get back to the root, really dive in and find out what your purpose is. And is that purpose rooted in a service? But number one, are you serving yourself correctly? Are you having the right conversations? Are you spending that time with yourself? Are you journaling? Are you meditating? Are you going for walks? Are you exercising? Are you loving yourself? Because you can only love others, as deeply as you love yourself. And so when we're in business, we should be in business to bring love, to bring light, to bring advancement into the lives of other people. And what happens much of the time is we pour out of our cup, and we're doing so much, but we don't create a space for us to be filled at the same time. We don't create a space to pour back into ourselves. And so that's the one piece of advice that I would give.
Love it. Riches are in the root. And
That's
it's the
right.
root cause, right? Even in business, we said the root cause, but nobody ever explains what the root is. It's the centeredness, right? It's the spirituality of the whole thing, man. I love it. I love how you drop it. I love hearing you speak. Every time we get a chance to connect, man, you're always getting right to the core, right to the root. That's where it all starts. That foundation, man, is so important. So let me dive one step deeper if you'll engage me. I'm guessing you will. If you'll engage me just one step deeper, what would you? So I hear and acknowledge what you're saying, and I know it's true. What advice would you give someone listening today? Because I've heard you do this so often, right? And so somebody listening is saying, that's me right now. That's me. I'm out of balance. I'm the harmony's off. Like I'm all over the place, right? I'm chasing squirrels or shiny objects, or I need to get back to my center. What advice would you give them right now?
Mm, slow down, get present. Because a lot of the times we're remember the cartoon Gumby. When you were a kid, Gumby could be stretched. And so many times we're stretching ourselves into multiple directions. Our legs are over here, our arms are over here. But then our body's still here in the middle in this present moment, and we're wondering why we can't move efficiently, we can't walk efficiently. So, what I say is get present in the moment, pull yourself together, and realize that look, there is no blueprint to this life because you are creating it in each decision. Every thought, every action, every word is creating your current reality. And so you have to get really focused on the reality you want to create and ask yourself, how do I want to feel in this reality? Do I want to feel joy? Do I want to feel peace? Do I want to feel happiness? Do I want to have that temperance, that self control, that power in my life right now? And then I want you to look at the areas of your life where you're putting your focus, because where your focus goes, as Tony Robbins always says, as your focus goes, your energy flows, and so you're sporadically putting your energy into all these places, but bring that energy back to the center by simply asking yourself, how do I want to feel in my life? And then look at the things that you've been paying attention to and ask yourself, do these things create these feelings for me? And that's one way that we get to come back to the center of ourselves. And we start listening to that small, still voice on the inside, because so many times we get into our head and we're so focused on all the possible things we could do. But start listening to your heart. Every one of us knows when our spirit is speaking to us. It's that small, still voice, and it's saying go left when we're trying to go right. It's saying slow down, love yourself. It's saying slow down, nurture your family. Really get back to listening to that voice, because your spirit already knows what your purpose is. It already knows what your potential is. So get out of your head, get into your heart, pull your arms and legs back into this present moment, pull your thoughts back into this present moment right now. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel in this moment? Because this moment is the most powerful moment of your life. How you respond in this moment right now is going to create the next moment and the next moment and the next moment. And that becomes your future. So really get present in this moment. Get present in how you want to feel, how you deserve to feel in this moment. And then start creating a life that's in alignment with that feeling. You can't always change circumstances, but you can always change how you respond to the circumstances. But you want to make sure that you're focusing your attention on you and what you can create from this space of now. And then get strategic. Start strategically and decisively taking action in a way that it honors what you want to feel, in a way that it honors that peace, that joy, that love, that self control, that meekness, that ability to just show up powerfully and presently right now.
Love it. I I just want to pause for a moment and just absorb that. No, I love that, man. Is everybody sitting on the other of the seat? What did he just drop down? No, I sincerely, Princeton, this is what I love about hearing you speak. You bring emotion right into it. Talk about that spirit, that internal guidance system. Get centered in that. Get focused, get present, and then get strategic. Dig it, man. There's no way I could love that anymore.
Yeah.
So I know you and I could talk about business, and we do sometimes for hours.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's shift gears for 1 second. And I'm dying to know what's the most, because we work to live, not live to work, right? So what's the most fun vacation you ever had?
Man, some people, they talk about trips to Europe and these extravagant places all over the world, but I, it was with my fiance, and I guess it was about 5 years ago, And we decided we were going to go to Huntington Beach. It was the 4th of July, but we weren't going to rent a hotel. We had a Jeep at the time. And so we took blankets and pillows and we drove out to Huntington Beach and we literally roughed it at the beach. We just hung out. We enjoyed the moment. We didn't get all caught up in expenses and stuff like that. And, we walked the beach for hours. We just walked the beach. We listened to the water. We talked about life. And that's one thing I love about my partner. That's the relationship we have. We live in the moment. And we literally slept in the back of the Jeep. And then during the day before everybody got out there, we went and we found parking like facing the beach. We backed the Jeep up. We let the back of the Jeep up and we just sat there and we talked and we watched the water and we ate. And then we just walked because, 4th of July, they have all the festival stuff going on and all the vendors are out there. And we just literally just walked all over Huntington Beach. And we met people, we talked to people, we connected to people. And I have to say that was the most beautiful experience, because I didn't need, number one, I didn't need to pay a lot of money, to do it, but at the same time, I got to spend it with the person that I get to spend the rest of my life with. And we talked about what really mattered. It wasn't about the stuff. It was about just being in the moment. And we do that all the time now.
I love it. It wasn't about the stuff. It was just about being in the moment. Listen, I honestly am so grateful for you and the investment of your time being here. This has been great. It's short, it's live, it's fun, but now we're about to close it up. I want to appreciate you for being here. What is when someone watches this and they listen to this and they're like, man, I got to reach out to that guy. He's got some energy and I need some of that. What's the website or how can they reach you? What's the best?
Well, it's Evolved Mastery across all social media. That's EVOLVED Mastery. My website is evolvedmastery.com. And you can reach out to me there. Or if you're on Clubhouse, you can also find me on Clubhouse at Princeton Clark. And I'm always down to connect. I'm always down to love on people and serve, but we always say time is money, and especially being business owners. And so I just ask when you reach out, connect, love, let me know what you heard in this podcast. What inspired you about it? Shoot a message to Brad, let him know what you got out of it. Let him know. Matter of fact, if you're not subscribed, you need to be subscribed and you need to leave a review right now because this is an amazing individual. And even though this podcast, he opened it up and he said, it's about you. It's not about me. It's people like him that are truly serving the world and creating a platform for people like me. And so they can reach me that way, but they can also reach me by reaching you, and so reach out to Brad. And also my podcast, Evolved Mastery, across all podcast platforms. But that's it, man.
I love it. I love it. See, that's you walk the talk. And here you go, circling back to me. That's just what you do. That I know who you are. I appreciate you, man. This is about you. This isn't about me. And your book too, right? Is that on Amazon? Where can they grab your book?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's Awakening Your Inner Master, The Journey of Self-Mastery. If you have problems finding it, just go find me on Instagram at Evolved Mastery and click the link in my bio and it'll take you right to it.
Do it now. Click the link. Princeton, I appreciate you. This is Brad A. Milford with the Unlimited Business Wisdom Podcast, where business owners making 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. It's not really all about the money. It's about sharing their wisdom and creating impact globally. Thanks for joining us.